Hello, everybody, which is nobody so far. But it's Monday afternoon, and we are still going to be doing our triage stuff. I never even updated this. I wonder if someone ran the today command today. But it is Monday. Still working toward next fest. Cool. Great. So let's get through some of the triage stuff. Let's see how many lines we have right now on this, or characters, I guess. 53,000. Now let's get that over here. 53,000. I had it over here for a while. So we can modify this. And it is 53203. There. So let's see how much of this we can get through. Test how it feels to auto-close open dialogues when you click the map. I think we need a way to bail out of multi-part dialogues. I think we added something like this as an issue. Apparently not here. Close dialogue. Hey, Kevin. Priority visit. Prioritize the dialogue closer main menu. All right, this year. How was lunch? It was pretty good. I made some pasta. Maybe we should test out just clicking the background to close whichever dialogue is open. That way you don't even have to aim for an X. Okay. All right, ask him what his new skill for the archer did. He clarified the level 0 abilities. Did something he thought Stalagmite did. All right, so this is no longer a problem because you're granted level 0 abilities with no way of unlocking them yourself. Not knowing he could start multiple battles at once, though. We've had lots of people say this. Yeah. Okay. Update. Kuratsu gave this feedback independently about a week later. Yeah. Accidentally moving the camera. It doesn't seem like it's a problem. Wonder if the customer spell should just be make all customers go buy an item. What if there were no durations on this stuff? What if the spells didn't have durations? The customer spell was just make all customers go buy an item. The worker spell was something like make workers teleport to their targets. And the loot spell was something like, I don't know, duplicate some loot in your town or something like that. I guess the problem is that the worker spell wouldn't be obvious when it triggered. You would just see characters appear somewhere. The problem, well, the customer spell isn't really all that important. And improving the speed at which customers move isn't, yeah, it's like mildly helpful. I should probably just write this down. I've written it about loot magnet before. Yeah, rework loot magnet. Other considerations. Wonder if we should change all of the spells somehow. E.g. customer spell could make all customers go buy an item. The worker spell could make workers teleport to their targets. Note, this wouldn't be easy as a player to follow what's happening. I'll delete it. Okay, maybe the intro should make it clearer why you want to start a town. Fix it said they would have stopped playing if they didn't have a clear goal. Could change the final bit of cutscene text from no one should meet their end like that to I'll start my own town so that no one ever meets their end like that. Yeah, let's try it. No one should ever meet their end like that. Yeah. So this would be I'll start my own town. No one ever has to meet their end like that. I'm not sure I like this. Let's go try it out. We'll speed up the first part of the cutscene. We can't speed up the whole thing. We can speed up until this part. And now it's running at normal speed. So, hey, we cut out whatever, 20 seconds. All right, so it's nighttime. Turn into a skeleton. Your skin and your hair fades away. You stand up. I don't like it. It's too much text. No one should ever meet their end like that. Yeah, if anything, we would change the part that comes after it. I've got the land for Skeleton, but I need adventurers to do battle for me. I've started Skeletons that I can eventually sell my own antidotes. Okay, you know what? Maybe we could change both of these. Change both lines of text. First line could I always just like the that was unpleasant, and then something along the second line being I've started Skeletons so that no one ever meets their end like that. I'm going to sell antidotes. But first, I need a guild. Something along those lines. I need adventurers to do battle for me. Yes, something that wouldn't be too bad. Maybe. Started Skeleton so that no one ever meets their end like that. I'm going to sell antidotes, but first I need adventurers to do battle for me. Hmm. I don't like this. I liked it originally. Yeah, so maybe we do say that no one should ever meet their end like that. And then say I've started Skeleton so that I can eventually sell my own antidotes. But first, I need adventurers to do battle for me. Yeah, that's not bad. Maybe that's all we change this to. I don't think I have a screenshot of what it's currently saying in the game. Oh, this one should be very easy to get because we just do that and run the game. And now it should show immediately. Or it takes 2 seconds, I think, because they walk to the side. Yeah. So here's what we have so far. Let's put this over here. And then with the new text, so where's the old one? I've got the land for Skeleton. Here it is. I've started Skeleton so that I can eventually sell my own antidotes, but first I need adventurers to do battle for me. This could be a 2-part dialogue as well, because I guess I did add some text or add some characters to it. So it's a slightly longer line now. Yeah, so how's that look? Yeah, I got a little bit more dense. Maybe we can cut that down a bit. Started Skeleton so that I can eventually sell my own antidotes. But first, I need adventurers to do battle for me. Yeah. So we could make this a multi-part dialogue. And it could have the old text that we had originally there. I need adventurers to do battle for me if only I had a guild. Like this line could be there. Third line being that. I need adventurers to do battle for me. I've only had a guild, yeah. Is this better? I mean, all of this change is based on just one person's feedback so far. All of this change. I mean, it's really just adding in one more dialogue, clarifying that, hey, I want to sell. Like, here's why I started the town. But I feel like this is an example of, this is telling, not showing. I think showing is just, you died, you said it sucked to die, and then you started a town. Might not be clear you want antidotes, though. This should not be as hard of a change as it is to make. Need adventures to battle for me if I only had a guild. Land for Skeleton, but any adventures to battle for me. I don't like your character just saying to basically nobody that, hey, I started a town. Maybe it could be something more thinking out loud, like, if I'm going to sell antidotes eventually, I'll need adventurers to do battle for me. If only I had a guild. That could work. Yeah, that could work. We'll put that in. It's shorter than the last one. I don't think I like it as much, though. And it doesn't mention Skeleton anymore. Although we could just have a sign that says Skeleton. I'm going to sell antidotes eventually. I'll need adventurers to do battle for me. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm so torn on this. Hey, Saxton. Would a retrospective tone work better? Something feels kind of inauthentic about, okay, now I perfectly see my future ahead of me, as opposed to looking back. That was the turning point. I'm maybe, I feel like, okay, so after you die, you say no one should ever meet their end like that. That's the only retrospective thing we have so far. But then we eventually need to turn to the present slash future because you've got to build a guild. So this character needs to basically tell you somehow that they need a guild. They could say something like, well, I died to poison. So like I want to seek out antidotes, but I'll need adventurers to battle. But what I'm concerned about is if I didn't put the eventually here, you'd think that the first potions you got are antidotes, and then you just forget about the story. I think we just probably shouldn't do anything about this. I think that's my conclusion. Like I said, this is motivated by one person who, to be honest, probably wouldn't have played the game to begin with. Well, maybe they would have. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just get rid of this. And it shouldn't take me that long. And if we do come up with something, they're just text changes. That's the easiest kind of change to make in a game. I just change one string. All right, let's delete it. All right, customers have two phases of buying an item: deciding that they even want to buy, then traveling to the shop to buy the item. Increasing their speed only helps the latter part of the equation. Maybe we should change the perk and the spell to make it more likely for them to buy. I already kind of wrote this down, but I did not write down why. Rationale. There, done. Okay, would it be possible to buy sludge with money? Yeah, so I feel this pressure toward the end of the game, I guess. Well, the end of the demo, at least. You upgraded everything, and now money is pointless. So obviously that in itself is a problem. The money is pointless. But you still need wisdom sludge at that point. So people naturally want a way to turn money into sludge. Well implied by showing death by potion, dialogue or not. Yeah, I think so too. And yeah. I thought if there was an easy way to slot that in, let's say a word or two was different or half a sentence, then yeah, by all means I could put it in. But otherwise it's like, how much more are we causing everyone else to read who didn't have a problem with it or wouldn't have a problem with it? So we could introduce a new system for this. We could introduce new perks for this. Like imagine a mining system or something like that, a mining system where you spend money to hire miners and they harvest something. I don't know what. Or new perks could be something along the lines of, no, I'd have to turn money into crops or money into sludge. And would this even be interesting? Maybe something that just splits the sludge cost into a monetary component when you don't have enough sludge. So like it's 5,000 sludge to level up. You only have 1,000, so it costs 4,000 gold to level up and all of your sludge. And we figure out whatever the ratio should be, right? Multiply by half, multiply by 2, multiply by 10, I don't know what. It would work. It just probably wouldn't feel very good. Actually, it doesn't even necessarily have to be a perk. It could just be there by default. Hey, Leap Your Girl, thanks for the resub. Not here that often because of time zones and other stuff. Nice to be here anyway. Yeah, I can't believe it's been a month already because you subbed during the kit stream and that doesn't feel like it was a month ago. But yeah, I appreciate it. I hope you had a good rest day yesterday and possibly today. Yeah, it could just make this always the case. Level ups can be done with money if you don't have sludge. A cart comes with them and your workers still have to move them to the extractor. Yeah, if we wanted to funnel it through the existing systems, I think giving you potions would be the best way, or having some like, I don't know, gold ingot former. You like smelt coins into ingots and then like feed that into a machine somewhere. And you can figure out how many of these you want to make. To be honest, I think I've already probably spent too long thinking about this. I think this is like in the future we might want to do something like this, but for now it's probably not something we want to do anything about. Yeah, I'll just add it as an idea somewhere. Item battle class joke. There's no town ideas thing. I just put in no ideas. All right, I'm gonna make a new thing here, like building ideas. People requested a way to turn money into wisdom sludge. One way we could accomplish this is with something like a trader, a smelter / trader. You smelt coins into gold bars, then trade them with the sludge trader. The bars with the sludge trader. I don't know. Hey, Sidu. Sidu, your name always reminds me of, there's like a pro WoW player whose name I think was also Sidu. Yeah, Chuck Dooland. Turn money into wisdom. That's something you already do. Hire a teacher. We could also just allow for a perk that lets you pay for level ups with money when you don't have enough sludge. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. Okay, what's this stuff? We got some Discord links here. I'm opening this off screen. Oh, this was Zaphoid saying that the internal part of the parchment should probably scroll rather than the whole container. I'll just show this in the context of the game. So this as an example, let's say we shrink the game window. So the way that this scrolls is you can either see the top of this or you can see the bottom of this. But what Zaphoid was suggesting is, what if you only scrolled the inner content? So you always see the top and you always see the bottom, and the inner content is what goes up or down. I had some reasons for not necessarily wanting to do this. I just slammed my keyboard to the left hand and got C-do X. Huh. Interesting. Given that there is someone named C-do out there, and that's what I always think of. So you're not a famous WoW player. I don't think I'm even going to file an issue for this one. I just don't think it's super pressing. Yeah. The next issue is this. And by the way, this is, I probably need to take that stance on a lot more of these issues. Just like, well, what does it matter? Who cares about this thing? Highlighting a button. Let's just not track it. All right, really cool to have a progress indicator or health indicator of your battle when it's minimized. Yeah, this is something I already commented on when it comes to battle windows. Although I only wrote it here. Part of the rationale behind wanting to change the size in either direction is that I don't know if minimization is even a good thing. There's a PR that I closed where I talked about this more, so maybe that's all I need to link to. Yeah, this. I'll just link to this. See this comment. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Has no suggested rendering mana in red in the tooltip if you can't afford the spell. This should be easy enough to do that I could just do this now. Enchanter, Den, mana. Where did this show up? Apparently not here. Yeah, apparently not here. Update spellbook tooltip. Here it is. Mana cost, current mana. Yeah, so it was pretty much just highlight the mana cost in red. Let me see what it looks like in the game right now. Because this should be a pretty quick change, I think. So we go over to this, save. All right, so mana cost right now shows up in the same color as the rest of the text. And we're thinking, what if we just change this to something like color equals red? Actually, you know what I should do? I should just put a breakpoint here. And then hover over this. Gotta rebuild for that to work. I would highlight the current one instead of the cost. Yeah, I could see that potentially working too. I can see which one looks better. Okay, so what we should have is a bunch of text here. The reason I did it this way is because that way I can copy all of this into just a new thing and test it out without having to run the game. Oh, that didn't work. Rich text label. Huh. So we gotta type in 2 new lines. Grants a 25% chance, blah, blah, blah. All right, so that's option 1. Option 2 is what Kevin suggested. Which is to do something like this. And this number would technically be that, yeah. What do people like better, top or bottom? In the top, we're highlighting this red, and the bottom, we're highlighting this red. That's the only difference. Could also use a different color when you can't afford it. Yeah. Because we already have reddish text by default. Although I think just highlighting the current mana red would probably also work. The other thing is that when we made this, I don't think we had the error message printout. So if you don't have enough mana and it doesn't do anything differently, we still have it print out. You don't have enough mana. So there's no real problem anymore. Like you'll always know that something's wrong. But yeah, I think highlighting the current one's probably fine. Let's do that. All right, so current mana equals, how do we figure out that you have enough? Mana crystal.mana is greater than or equal to the mana cost. Otherwise, color equals red. Yeah, something like that. Red equals bad and your value is bad, not the cost, yeah. Thank you for chiming in. Let's try it out now. What am I doing? Selecting the wrong stuff. Okay, so we click this, and now it says current is 206. Yeah. Okay, and then let's speed this up so that it goes above. Oh, it's going to take forever. Yeah, nice. Yeah, sure. Cool. Highlight mana red when you don't have enough. Hasno suggested this in Twitch chat. Cool. I don't know if I gave them a point. Did I? No, let's give them a point. Make perk wording consistent. You know, we might as well just do this now. I think I might have an issue about this. Make skill descriptions consistent. I think I wrote most of these without any sort of guidelines. We have skills that start with any sort of text. Causes your quick strike you are able to maintain. Make your town more appealing. Makes customers move faster. Write guidelines for how this should sound or look. We should probably have a consistent starting for most of them. I don't mind skills that talk about flavor rather than the effect. Make the changes so that all the skills are consistent. Yeah. So what should this look like? Because we have a whole bunch of skills. And this one, for example, says grants a 20% chance. This one says hurls a fireball. This one says calls down lightning. So these are all consistent with one another. Grants a, hurls a, calls down. Then this is the same, increases. Then this says casting fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. Grants the ice blast ability. What does it say? Grants stalagmite. So if we were to rephrase empowered spellcasting, we would say increases your power every time you cast a spell. I don't know if I like that. And this one would say grants a chance for each bolt of lightning zaps to strike again for half the damage. Hey, Tani's developer. Anyone from Cakes' chat here? Not sure. Not sure indeed. Are you typing from a phone by any chance? Because I always wonder when people like sort of accidentally leak totally innocuous data, like that they have a friend named Adrian. And if someone wanted to use that, how would they even use it? Probably they wouldn't. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want to do for this. I think that's a problem. And this is at least not consistent with the other one. This just says increased damage dealt. It doesn't say increases. So I guess it's a description of the skill. Whereas if it says increased damage dealt, I just don't think that makes sense. So maybe we allow it to work either way, but we just make sure that if it's going to start with that it starts with a continuous present tense verb. No, from a Bluetooth keyboard. I guess it still reveals the same information, right? That your muscle memory types out Adrian. So never mind. I guess it doesn't matter what kind of keyboard you're typing from. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, I think I'm fine with it written either way, but we just need it to be. We need an S at the end of this. I have some markdown file that talks about some of this stuff. Skill. Where'd I put this? Maybe it's called readme, and it was just inside the abilities thing. Yeah, writing tooltips. Use the word your to refer to the character. Grants a 5% chance to immediately refresh your other abilities. Say enemy or ally instead of target. Put parentheses after the unit. Oh, we don't even do this anymore. Yeah. Use the word health instead of life. Use the word level. Use the word level is fine as long as it refers to the ability, not the adventurer. For adventurers, you say rank. That's not even true anymore. For non-damage values, use absolute values rather than the change. This way, the player doesn't need to do math, and they don't even need to consult another tooltip to see the base value. Only time you can't do this is if there are multiple sources to a bonus. Use sentence style capitalization. Store ability information in arrays and lists rather than as formulas. Okay. Yeah, so the actual phrasing of the ability, I guess we say it can be either of these ways then. Third person present tense continuous. Yeah. If you're going to start with a verb, hang on a second. let me look this up really fast. Yeah, it should be in, I'll just write it like this. Third person present continuous. E.g. increases damage of X rather than increase damage of X. Yeah. Yeah, actually let's write it like this. Okay, using this other way that we had is also fine. Like casting Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. If we wanted to rephrase this, we'd say grants a higher chance to inspire mental swiftness when casting Fireball. I don't like that. Hang on, how did I write it now? Casting is a greater chance. Yeah, this is what we have written right now. Casting Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. grants a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness when casting Fireball. That's just longer text. Hmm. It's one of those things that it's not hard to do this stuff. I'm just still not certain I want to ever do away with this style of thing. Yeah, I don't think I do. Chance to strike again for half the damage. Yeah, so should we get rid of all the things that say grants a chance? And where do those even exist? Yeah, crit, for example. I think that's a good one. Fireball has an increased chance. Yeah, that could... It could also say... I guess it could just say Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. I think the casting is fine. I'm not too concerned about that word being there. Also, hi, Luna. But crit, for example, this says adds a chance. Okay, so what is this? Adds a chance for quick strike to critically hit the target for 4x the regular damage. And we could phrase it as quick strike can critically hit the target for 4x the regular damage. Doesn't need to say that adds a chance. There's so many ways we can do this. Exposes your target's weakness. Increase damage dealt by quick strike. You know, whenever I read the skills in World of Warcraft, I always think, man, these were pretty long. Like if you look at counter spell, I don't even know if this is an example of it. It says counters the enemy's spell cast, preventing any spell from that school of magic from being cast for 10 seconds, generates a high amount of threat. I mean, they have a lot of information they got to communicate with these things. I don't know of a good example of one that's like super long. Power word shield. Yeah. Draws on the soul of the party member. So this, for example, is just flavor text. So if you just had functional text, it'd say shield the party member for 48 damage, last 30 seconds. While the shield holds, spell casting will not be interrupted. Once shielded, they can't be shielded again for 15 seconds. So it's like, what's that? Pretty much 4 sentences. Maybe you could separate it, like list the base thing first, then additional effects in an extra line below. It's more text, but maybe clearer. We don't have a lot of skills that need a lot of text. What I'm more trying to figure out right now is just how would you phrase each sentence for these, and how do you write the guideline for how you'd phrase them all? You haven't seen some league skills? Yeah, they're probably nuts. There are probably a lot of skills in that game. So for example, this says grants the stalagmite ability, and then says what stalagmite does. So I said grants the stalagmite ability, but maybe it shouldn't even say grants. It should just say something like form a spike of earth underneath a single enemy for 17 damage. And I can't settle on this. Grants the stalagmite ability, which forms a spike of earth underneath a single enemy. Underneath a single enemy for X damage. So we could say that, or we could say forms a spike of earth underneath a single enemy for X damage. And we don't need to tell you that it's granting the ability, and that's just assumed by you putting a point into it. I'm so torn. Yeah, I'm so torn. Shield bash has a chance to be used twice. Yeah. I want it to be a plain statement, so there is no gives you a chance. Don't use gives you a chance or grants a chance. Just have the percentages in the table. Would that be obvious enough? So instead of crit saying adds a chance, it could just say quick strike can critically hit the target. And then the chance is right there in the table. Yeah. All right, let's write these guidelines as though we're going to follow them. Yeah. So phrasing. Don't say grants a chance or gives a chance. So bad is this. And good would be quick strike can critically hit the target for 4x the regular damage. Hey, Retarius. I think for attack skills, I'd leave the grant skill part out, but for buffs, you could say grants X buff. But even like grants X buff could just be something, well, maybe this is what you mean by X, but it could say something like raises your power by 5 for 10 seconds or something like that. Rationale, this is implied by the table of changes below the skill. All right, so if you're going to start with a verb, it should be in third person present continuous, increases damage rather than increase damage. Rationale, this is just for consistency. And makes it clear that it's describing the skill. All right, what else? What else? What else? So I do like this. I think this is a good change. I think it's an easy to follow thing, and it makes it less verbose by what, 17 characters of 86. So we shave off like 20% of the line. It's pretty good. But what about some of these other ones, I wonder? So grants the stalagmite ability, which forms a spike of earth underneath a single enemy for X damage, versus forms a spike of earth underneath a single enemy for X damage. So is grants the X ability needed here? Well, how many of these do we even have? 1, 2. I think 3. And that's it. I think there are only 3 cases in the entire game where you actually get an active ability. Yeah. Yep. So in those 3 cases, I mean, it's not super important, right? Like, this doesn't show up enough for you to be like, that's bad. Yeah, it's just those 3. Hi, Abby. Good cat. So is it needed for those? Hi, you want to sit down? Yeah? Yeah? Do you want to sit? Hi. Good cat. Good cat. It's cat. Okay. I was talking to my wife this morning, and I said, look at this, and I put my arm just underneath the cat's chin, and she just almost immediately started trying to fall asleep. So this only shows up 3 times in the whole game. 2 for the mage, 1 for the archer. Oh, she's doing it again. She's got her chin on my arm. Hi, Ketso. All right, well, let's just look at all 3 then, right? Ice Blast grants the Ice Blast ability. I kind of like it because it's so rare that it indicates that you're getting an ability from this. Quick Shot doesn't do it, though. Grants the Quick Shot ability, which rapidly shoots an arrow at a single target for 10 damage. due to how rare this is, it's kind of nice to see that you're getting a brand new ability. Also, we should probably say that quick shot feeds into steady shooting. Yeah, I'll write that down. Quick shot should probably mention that it helps steady shooting. Maybe even split. It's, what is it? Every time an arrow you shoot hits an enemy. So I think split shot, all the arrows count toward steady shooting. But then we probably need to write that note in like 4 different skills. It probably doesn't matter. I'm just going to delete that then. Okay. Yeah, fine. Let's do this. Okay. Do say grants the X ability. Rationale. These active skills are so rare that the extra verbiage helps call them out. All right, so the example is this. Oh, except for that's the good example. The bad example is forms a spike. I meant to type that there. There, cool. All right, I guess we should always put the positive one up top. Okay. Yep, let's do the same thing here. Increases damage by 5. Increase damage by 5. Cool. Any others? Any other thing that could possibly be changed by doing this? The only thing we haven't really talked about are the ones that start with something like this. Each bolt of lightning zaps has a chance to strike again for half the damage. All right, each bolt of lightning zaps has a chance to strike again for half the damage. So if we were applying the same things we did earlier, if we started this with a third person present continuous verb, I'd probably say like allows bolts of lightning zaps to strike again for half the damage. This feels more natural to me. This is more succinct. What do you think, Abby? What do you think? One single cat ear on stream. Well, how often do we use that wording? I guess we use it a decent amount that we don't start with a present continuous verb. Yeah, like this. Every time you cast a spell, your power increases. Do we have that written down? Every time? No. Every time you cast a spell, your power increases up to a maximum of 50%. And we would change this to increases your power every time you cast a spell up to a maximum of 50%. So this is purely rephrasing, or even just repositioning words. Okay. I think I want that. This would say heightens your senses while affected by Cloak of Shadows. I still think this is more natural phrasing the way it's written. Your senses heighten while affected by Cloak of Shadows. senses heighten while affected by cloak of shadows versus heightens your senses. Hey, Pretzel. Huh, you almost typed the same thing twice there. Except DMG turned to MDG. Oh, wait, no. Also, LSK turned to LKS. Almost the same. How you doing this afternoon? We are doing something incredibly boring. We're trying to figure out what's the best phrasing for skills. And I'm so torn because we have, I'd say, natural phrasing versus consistency. I'm doing well. I have the cat on my lap right now, which is a pro and a con. She's very warm and nice, but then also my posture is usually very bad by having to type over her. Yeah, I don't know how much to value one over the other. I think I'd probably value natural phrasing over consistency. Maybe I should just say that as the catch-all rule. Value natural phrasing over consistency. Wondering what's going on with that. Yeah, she's just barely out of view here. She's cleaning her paws right now. So I think this sounds more natural to me. But this is not like a hard and fast rule. Let's preview this. Oh, that's not good. How do you zoom in on just the preview? Can you not do that? Huh. I either zoom in on the whole editor. Huh. Oh, hi, Katso. No, no, no. She's back. Okay, sure. There's a way to open the preview to the side, right? Yeah. But there's probably no way to increase the size of this. Is there seriously no way to do that? VS Code increase size of Markdown preview. Oh, by the way, VS Code eval. Out of curiosity, how many installs? It probably got like 7 from my video. That's my guess. Yeah, no, she is not part of the optimization. Markdown preview font size. Markdown preview font. Aha, 20. Did it work? Nice. Okay, that's what I want. Yeah, because otherwise I can't read this. Your senses heighten while affected by cloak of shadows. Heightens your senses while affected by cloak of shadows. Where else did I say that one was natural and the other one wasn't? Every time you cast a spell, your power increases up to a maximum of 50%. Increase your power every time. You know what? No, I think I want to value consistency. Yeah, I think I'll just write that down. Value consistency over natural phrasing. So we swap these two. And then we just keep doing that until we realize that I've ruined the game. So this would be inspires mental swiftness more often when casting Fireball. Hey, test user. It's going well. I am working through some rephrasing over here and coming up with some guidelines on how to write my ability descriptions. And I'm just having a hard time. It's not something that's supposed to be hard. Like, here's what we have now. Casting Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. And the proposal, I guess, is gives Fireball a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. Didn't I say we shouldn't talk about grants a chance? Fireball. What did I say? Adds a chance. Quick strike can critically hit the target. Inspire mental swiftness more frequently. For others to understand is a headache. This isn't probably even going to help or hurt understanding too much. Although maybe a little bit. Okay, okay, ow. Those are claws. Hey, what are you doing? Don't ever interrupt her bath. You can't do that. Yeah, I don't know how I'd phrase this. Inspires mental swiftness more frequently when casting fireball. This makes it less succinct. As long as it's clear what it's doing. Yeah, they won't, but I feel like this is one of those little professional things we can do. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't touch any of this. Oh, finally got around to playing last night. Nice. What'd you think? Did you like it? And you certainly don't have to answer yes if you didn't. I am very open to honest feedback. You did like it? Cool, 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 cool. And thank you for trying it. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Oh, maybe I should hold off on this for now. Yeah, probably. To make this change later. Okay, 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 okay. Cat. She like pulls my arm closer to her so she can try to sleep on it. She's not like scratching me, but she's using her claws to do it. Also want to ask first, this is just a demo stage? So I've maxed everything out? Yeah, this is just for the demo. You'll probably take maybe double the time to max everything out, at which point you'd be able to start like a challenge mode or something afterward. So imagine there being something like farming mode. Like you don't find items anymore. You just find seeds maybe. And then you can sell crops and the farm is like 5x larger, something like that. So you'd be playing through the same game, but with some like decent enough changes to it where you feel like it's a little different. And then you can add modifiers to runs if you want to. That's what I'm at least planning for right now. I just let it run overnight. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not really the plan for the game. I don't want there to ever be like a you need to leave it running for a long time kind of mode. Only because I don't think it really adds a lot to the game. Okay, cat, please. Please, please, please. Casting Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. Gives Fireball a greater chance. We said we didn't want grants a chance, though. Fireball. Inspires mental swiftness more frequently when casting Fireball. Yeah, probably this. Hey, Davy Jones. Write the game mechanic anyway, then ask it to standardize them. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to come up with the guidelines, which I could also feed into ChatGPT and say, given these guidelines, like rephrase all the skills. But even the guidelines I'm finding difficult. Yeah. All right, assuming that this is correct, inspires mental swiftness more frequently when casting Fireball, or casting Fireball has a greater chance to inspire mental swiftness. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's leave it at that for now. Let's write out the guidelines. I'm not actually using the guidelines yet. And we'll change that at some other point. Update ability tooltip guidelines. And I'll just file an issue saying to make it consistent. Oh, that's already this. Okay, yeah. So write guidelines done. Then make changes. I'll just say update. I made these here. But here needs to actually link to something. This. Yeah. I want to link from here down to here. I made these here. And we could feed the guidelines into ChatGPT and have it make everything consistent. Cat, 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 cat. Watch your claws. Oh my god. Hey, come on. Just softball. You can see her fuzzy little head moving up and down. She's licking my hand right now. She looks so adorable. But you are very, very dangerous. Oh, and then we got to do this for perks as well. Did I write that down? No. At least not there. Ah, there it is. Well, I guess that's kind of the same thing. Back from coding, what did I miss? Nothing. Really nothing. Yeah, town perks. I did write it down. But it's really all perks. All the skills and perks are consistent. Okay, done. Filed. Are the guidelines for phrasing, skills, and stuff written somewhere we can access? No, I don't mind sharing them if you want. Although the descriptions you'd have to look at through the game, I guess. But it's pretty much just this. In fact, let me just write this whole thing. I'll just put this on a gist for you. All right. So this is readme.md. Skill tooltip guidelines. What is this? What? Wait, hang on. I didn't even read these bottom parts. What is this? No, this bottom stuff doesn't matter. Actually, I didn't really want to make that public, I guess. It's okay if it is. Can you make it not public? No. Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Doesn't really make a difference. Yeah. All right. So here, I'll link this. Actually, Smoo, how about you just copy that and I'll just delete it? So let me know when you copied it. Because I don't want this polluting some gist page that I have. It's not that I don't care. I don't care that it's public or private. I don't want it showing up in a directory somewhere. Like, oh, Adam thinks this is valuable for other people. But this is just for Skeleseller. I'm going to assume you have it. If not, I'll just paste it again. Consider that instead of highlighting buttons in town menu green, we should show a number in the corner indicating how many items need an action there. This is only needed for adventurers. It could be used for perks. We could tell you how many perks you could afford. But I don't think it's necessary. Well, maybe it is. I don't think I want to do it anyway, though. I'm going to delete this. Perhaps you should make a cheap perk that lets you turn on battle stats. Then when unlocking the perk, it can be on by default and you can use the setting to turn it off. And also get rid of the feature that automatically turns this on when fighting a boss. No. I could have made a secret gist. I just didn't click the right button. That's all. So that's not your fault or anything. Oh, what's the point of this? To let you know that there are battle stats? I don't think it's necessary. I'm just turn this off. For town fetch nodes before initializing any, it'll look cleaner. Yeah, this is pretty simple to do. We have the town here, and we have a ready function. Need to reload VS Code for that to work. Yeah, and we do a whole lot of fetching nodes and then stuff with the nodes. I think just the fetching should be in one spot. And then we should have an init somewhere. Yeah, I'll do that separately. That doesn't need to be public. Private void init. So ready's just going to call init. And then we copy pretty much all of this stuff into init. And get rid of anything that fetches a node. Yeah, now let's make sure there's nothing extra happening. No side effects on the lines that fetch a node. So far, no. No. Good. Okay, good. So we just delete all of those. And we should be left with just the, oh, that one. It's unfortunate. What is that doing? Oh, I see. Yeah, we should be left with just stuff that initializes. Some of these were never actually stored. So those, I guess we'd still have to fetch here. I did really enjoy it and could follow through what to do. I'll keep playing, come back with some positive critiques. Yeah, sure. And if you have any criticisms of it, that's also fine to share. I used to have a feedback form through the game, and now I mostly just watch people play and then write down what I think is worth tackling. And usually people who are playing are also providing feedback at the same time. So now I get rid of anything here that does not do a get node call. Yeah, we only have a couple of weird spots. Like these aren't saved anywhere. So maybe we should put these in the lower function. This is needed too. Cool. Okay, so down in init, we do these few things. Here, here, and here. We should probably just save these off, right? Why not? Yeah, there's no real reason why not. Fine. I'll put it back to where it was. I think there was something equals new in here. I don't see it in ready. Take care, test user. Good job with the game. With the game design. Nice, 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 nice. Thanks for playing. Yeah, and catch you later. All right, so we'll store all these out in a class. Yeah, just here somewhere. Doesn't matter. Okay, so these are all systems, right? Private that equals null. Cool. And then these need to fetch them here, which I just deleted. Fun. Oh well, easy enough to refetch. All right, so it was the systems that we had here. These two and the notification thing. Yeah. Hey, now it fits on one line. Nice. And where's the notification one? Oh, regeneration, not notification. Okay. All right, so ideally we have not changed anything. Entity speed controller. I did move it to init. Yeah. Man, this function is kind of a mess. But that wasn't the point of this change. The point of this change was to make the other function less of a mess. All right, so does everything still work? Nope. Why not? Handle is not initialized. Did that actually cause any problems? Didn't seem to. I wonder if that happens every time, though. It's very likely that I broke something. I also never restarted this. Yeah, it didn't cause a problem then. Signal bake finish is already connected to given callable delegate invoke in that object. I wonder where that's happening from. Okay, well, let's search for bake finish then. Oh, this shouldn't be happening here. Oh, and I see what the problem is now. We just set that up in another spot. Yeah. Ready should just be get node calls. And the way we can test this is like this. We just put in a new file, find all get node calls, delete the lines, and yeah, Now it's only left with a knit. So we're fine. Try that again. Yeah, knit is only called once. I just had a problem with an event handler there being called multiple times. Yeah, no errors anymore. Everything should just be working. If I load a saved game, click a spell, click a bunch of just random stuff, show all signs, buy some things, give ourselves money. Yeah, I'll probably do a proper playtest at some point, so we don't need to just like hope that things worked. Yeah. Make sure there's sound and everything. Cool. Yeah, I think everything's fine. Oh, right, I can just press enter on those. I keep forgetting. Okay. So I mentioned I got that synth and I was playing with it on stream. The synth itself does not have speakers. So if I plug it into my computer speakers, it works fine. But that's kind of the only speakers I really own, other than a really sucky Bluetooth speaker that I have. So I think of buying new speakers at some point, like probably ones that are actually good for music production and not just the cheapest ones I can find, like the ones I have right now. I've had these for like 14 years. They're probably not bad. They're just not very good. So I was thinking of actually investing some money in that stuff and then moving these speakers to where the piano is. And that way I can play synth and piano at the same time. And I think that would be fun. I'd call them active abilities. That is at least used in Dota and other MOBAs to mean exactly what you mean. I call Lifesteal Vampiric Aura like in Warcraft 3. I would rather store all numbers as integers and do integer math rather than just rendering them as such. So active abilities, I think we just don't call them passive abilities is all. Like an active ability is something with a cooldown, so we just render a cooldown for it. So let's get the mage and I can show you. So this says passive ability right there in the tooltip, but this one just says cooldown and no passive ability. I think that's okay. I think, yeah. The thing about Vampiric Aura, I would rather say Lifesteal. Lifesteal to me is more indicative of what it does, whereas Vampiric Aura it requires that you've played another game to know what that means. The final thing though is storing integers. I'd be curious, what's your reasoning for that? What's the difference between a passive and one that says nothing regarding ability? So what I'm saying is there are passive abilities and there are active abilities. We just don't say what kind of abilities these are. We show a cooldown instead. So basically the way you differentiate it is, does it say cooldown or does it say passive ability? But it's not going to say both active ability and the cooldown, because the cooldown is enough for you to know that it's active. But I think the other thing too is in a game like Dota, knowing that something is passive or active is important because you're going to press a button. In this, you're not going to press any buttons for any of the abilities. So it doesn't really matter that it's active. I think it'll also be clear through battles what's going on. /10 shirt. Hey, Rami. And thanks. Okay, so I think we can check this in. I don't even think we got rid of any lines of code here, right? We actually added 4 lines of code. Although we could probably just condense some of this stuff now. Yeah, like every single one of these lines could just be written one after the other. Yeah, fetch nodes for the town exclusively from ready. There's now an init function that does any initialization beyond fetching nodes. I think this separation should make it much easier to read the setup of the game. Catches me out. We need to steer players toward item stacking due to how powerful it is. Man, I've had some incarnation of this note written down for a long time now, and I don't think it matters too much for the demo. If people never got this, if people got it right from the get-go, it doesn't make a difference for the demo. But for the final game, we're gonna balance around it. Actually, you know what? Maybe we don't. What if we only allowed for stacking in subsequent runs? I never thought of this until just now. I don't know, but I know we need to do something, and I'm not going to come up with a solution now, so I guess let's just write something down about it. Consider changing item stacking. Yeah, I guess I could write this down like only allow this upgrade in subsequent playthroughs of the game, i.e. challenge modes. Did I say automatically grant this from something? Yeah. And math ideas just because it avoids all floating point related math errors, and this way it's easy to be sure it's stored internally. So this is played correctly to the user, less complexity. I mean, there are no real math errors that can occur in a single player game like this, right? Like, I know what you're talking about. You can't represent every number with a floating point. So yeah, maybe every once in a while you end up with like 0.006 more damage than you should have or something like that. But it doesn't really matter. The other thing is we do sometimes have like a 20% boost to damage. So if you only had 4 damage, for example, and you only represented things as integers, then you'd end up with 4.8 damage, which would just get truncated back down to 4, and it'd be like you did nothing. So I don't consider there to be any problem with how the numbers are shown. Also, rarely I think do we actually show like floating points. Like quick strike would show it. Yeah, its cooldown is so fast that we need to show you that. That's what makes it important. But a lot of these don't actually probably do integer amounts of damage, but show it that way. The thing is, in almost every battle, you're gonna see integers anyway. So I mean, like if we look at this, you see 12, 8, 1, 12, 14, 14. They're probably really like 13.7 or 11.8, but their rendering is 14 and 12. So yeah, how they're stored internally really shouldn't matter to the user. I'm going to delete this for now. Can't drag a dialog box by the portrait. Is this still a bug? Yes. All right, well, I'm going to just file that one. It's probably very easy to fix, but I'm not going to fix it right now. 42.42. Look at the effect around the battle window. It's weird. It's not even zooming anymore right now. What's going on? This is zooming correctly, right? Do you see any issues there? Oh, weird. Okay, now I see the issue you're talking about. I have to like move the screen around for it to refresh. Whoa, what is going on over there? So on my screen, it looks fine. I wonder if something recently changed on Mac. I see what it's doing though, but it looked like it was doing. Oh no, it's not even doing that correct. Whoa. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Is it a screen capture issue? It might be. I guess I could just do. Oh, I can't even do restart capture. That's weird. That button's never been disabled. Huh. I don't know what's doing that. Yeah, weird. Well, maybe I'll restart someday and it'll get fixed. What were we gonna file? Oh yeah, this. Let's search for a portrait. See if I already filed it. Nope. Allow dragging a dialog box by the portrait. Something in the portrait is absorbing clicks. All right, so we'll just take a picture of this, select this, put text can't drag from here. Hi again, cat. Want to come over? She just wants to stare at me. All right, rapid shot. Oh my god, this one. Rapid shot gives a bonus at level 0 that we balance the archer around. If the enemy never attacks, then it works out to a haste bonus of 43%. In other words, we can't easily just remove the bonus at level 0. We probably have to write it in the wild shot tooltip and update the percentage when you get rapid shot. Yeah, fine, I guess. When it misses, you attack faster. So this would just say increase the speed boost of wild shot. Yeah. Can you click your fingers? You mean snap? I was just making a sound with my mouth. If that's what you're talking about. I was just going something like that at the cat. But yeah, I can snap. I can also clap. Do you snap your index finger? No, my middle finger. Index. Yeah, ring finger, middle finger, those feel fine. Pinky, I can't really do it. Index finger, I can't really do it. Yeah, I'll just file an issue for this. I don't feel like doing this right now. Okay, you snapped using your index finger. No. I don't think I snap at the cat. So fix rapid shot and wild shot tooltips. Yeah, I'm just gonna create the issue. Yeah. Okay, feedback forms. Problem with this is that I have links to the forms, but I don't remember off the top of my head when these things were. So let me see if I can open this. Is there a date on here? Oh, there is. Nice. All right, so this was like April-ish. March to April. Oh yeah, this person wanted the DPS meter. Yeah. This person wanted new buildings to be more obvious. They know the menu exists, but they probably wanted some nudges. There are some nudges in the game, making it even more obvious. I think we'll see. Hey, Mystical Cell. Happy Monday. I did snap at her? Man, I don't even know myself. Then again, I don't pay attention to half of what I do while I'm streaming. I'm going to delete this one for now. We have some nudges in the game. Other ones I think players will eventually find. If they don't, then we'll come back to it. Wants to clarify the purchase question, which I should do anyway since we're approaching a beta. What in the world? Let me read what this was because I have no idea what I'm talking about here. 40. Oh, this doesn't matter. This is about the form itself, which we got rid of the form. Wants a wave indicator for battles, although they mostly wanted it for spell casting, which will eventually be automated. A few people have talked about the wave indicator for battles. We could put it in the title bar or something. Yeah, happy Memorial Day. Wave indicator? Did we write anything about this? No. I'm going to delete this for now. People haven't asked for a little while at least. Wants elite battles. Oh, actually, this is probably where we should write this thing for loot magnet. Is that people won't feel the need to time this with battles ending. Rationale for wanting to rework this. It just affects money too much. And people want to time it with the ends of battles, which makes them want a wave indicator that they otherwise probably wouldn't care about. Note that we could add a wave indicator to the tooltip you get when hovering over the title of the instance, the title bar of the instance. Okay. All right. And then number 44 wants elite battles to have more importance, take up more of the screen, maybe have it end every other battle and add boss battle music. Yeah. I think we have that written down in this. Yeah. Feedback number 44 over here mentioned this. Feedback 44 mentioned this. Okay, what's next? V 0.7. Was this before or after Steam? This was starting in April. So this was afterward. So this is probably more relevant. This is like the month of April. All right, wanted extractor training to be more obvious how it worked. Maybe we rainbow highlight the lever and make the user turn it on so they know it's there. 22 wanted something like this too, since they said they were just losing all of their potions to the extractor. I think we should leave this for now. I think what I'm actually butting up against is how much more triage do I want to do? Well, how much have we done so far? 49, 130. Oh, man. Okay, so we got rid of like 4,000 more lines. Or not lines, characters, excuse me. 4,000 lines would be crazy. I mean, this is still great compared to where we were at the beginning of May. We've almost cut the to-do list in half. Also, not all of this stuff is for Skeleseller. We will eventually have some non-Skeleseller stuff, which I should probably just file elsewhere. Man. All right, well, I think we should probably play the game. Have I done anything worth pushing? What does the log show? Git log. There's the last version here. So these are all the things we've done. Fix bug in this. Fix bug in this. Not really important. Fix bug with screen position floating text. Yeah. Shield bash. Red. Updatability tooltip guidelines. Yeah, no, none of this really matters. So I don't think we have to push a change. But I still want to test it for a bit. So let's go back to town here. Go to this. Let's start from the very beginning. Yeah. I won't have tips show up, but I will turn on music and stuff. And we'll watch the intro. I want to see if anything's wrong with this. Turn off my keyboard camera too. Oh, was that? Quest accepted. How to fix the cross dissolves. God, those new graphics look great. The item graphics. Goodbye, poor human. They really do, yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing some more random people play the game. I'm pretty happy with how everything's starting to look here. All right, got the land for Skeleton. I need adventurers to do battle for me. If only I had a guild. Well, look at that. All right, I'm going to hire the rogue, and we're going to send them into battle. But if we didn't, this thing would pop up again because we fixed that issue. Nice. All right, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Well, actually, just the first battle. I don't want to speed up too much because I do want to tell how fast the beginning of the game is going here. So at the beginning, you really only have, what, 3 options? You can hire an adventurer for 35. You could build the town hall, or you could get the garbage slime, which you need an item to disappear for that to happen. But coincidentally, I found 3 items at first, so that guarantees that one will disappear. And technically, the town hall doesn't really help you with too much, unless you want to waste your money. All right, so once this disappears, we'll get the garbage slime for a whopping 1G. Yeah. Oh, right, I made customers, I changed their purchasing behavior too. I also made it so you don't need to pay to unlock skills, but that won't come into effect until after we've beaten a boss. Yeah. I'm just waiting for them to get some life back. So I think technically the fastest way to play then is to get to 35 gold first. Actually, it also probably means to sell all your potions for 4 gold rather than waiting for it to be 5 gold. So whenever you can get 4 gold to sell for that. Hey, Wanakas, how you doing? Is this worth 4 yet? No, not yet. But as soon as it is... Nice. 4G. So yeah, we need 10 more gold, which means at least 1 more battle, or possibly 2. Oh, and that's because I changed the customer desire system so that it's more predictable at the beginning of the game too. Wonder if I should lower the cost for the first adventurer. Make it cost 32 instead of 35. It's a joke. All right, actually there. So now we can hire the next adventurer and send them into battle together. I haven't actually tested whether it's better to send them in separately. Like which way gets you more potions on average. Because they have almost no regeneration time when they're together. All right, how much does the next place cost? 35. Yeah, it looks better and better every time I check your stream. Thanks, 50K Cal. Yeah, well, we are 2 weeks away from a lot of people playing it who've never seen the stream and don't care that it was developed by a small number of people. So if it didn't look good, I think they would just rip it apart. Both the customers left the town. The only way I can get money for the next like 15 seconds is going to be through this. And actually, I guess there are other choices that unlock even before the first boss. You could get these things. I don't think it's probably better. I think it's best to just rush for the first boss. All right, as long as I'm getting at least 3 gold, I'll give it to the slime. They're not going to give me 3 gold. Are the customers back? Yeah, they're back at least. All right, so that's probably the last battle I have to do, and then I can go fight the boss. Got it. Got it. Got it. upgrade and fight. Let's do it. So with my ogre blood that I get out of this, what shall I buy? I think I'm gonna go for more adventurers first, which I don't normally do. Yeah. We sell this over here. We get our 100G. And now we go straight to the volcano with the archer. Yeah. Huh, I have not played this way. Let's see if this is any good. Oh, except for this is going to give me cloaks, which I can't even sell. And we're 3 gold away from getting the farm. But I think this should be a guaranteed win, even though we're level 1. Yeah. All right, so if we just take the cloak out of here, then we're fine. Oh, I don't even have the town hall to auto battle. Oh, let's do this. And I will take that potion over to here and get my seeds. Oh yeah, destroying the Skeleseller economy over here. I need auto battle though. Alright, take that cloak, take that cloak. Can't restart the battle just yet. We can almost get auto battling. We are 1 gold away from it. Oh, we got it. Nice. Now we don't need to micromanage that at all. Yeah, I think the start of the game actually does have some decision making then. And it wasn't even super clear to me which way was best. But now that I've done this, I think getting the archer is probably best at first. And then leveling these things up as soon as possible. We can even get this. Yeah, in fact, building the armor shop is probably a detriment. How long are these battles taking right now? 16 seconds. Okay, once we get 1 more carrot, I bet they're gonna go faster. We're gonna need more customers. We've almost got our next carrot. There we go. There's our carrot. How long did that take? 15 seconds. Okay, we'll level up one of these characters really fast. And now 15 is going to drop. But to what? $13 seconds. Okay, shaving some time off. So the next thing to upgrade would be another level of the farm, I think, which we can do pretty soon. No, let's just... Nope. Yeah, we only need 3 more gold. Oh, it thinks I was holding an item. Huh. I think the worker might have taken that from me. Not totally sure what happened. All right. Not too shabby. Getting this, we can level up another character. So now the battle will get done even faster next time. We're at 12 seconds already. It's nuts. He's just so powerful. We're at 11 seconds. Yeah, I should definitely get the armor shop now. And then probably the tavern next. Oh, we have a lot of carrots. And we can get our final level up over here. So 11 seconds will drop even further. It goes down to 10 seconds, yeah. Not bad. All right, we need more customers now. I definitely feel limited on that. Not too bad. too bad. We can almost afford the next customer. Now we can. There. So a new customer should enter. Although we're going to lose the rare customer that we had. Poor Adam. Walking right out of town. Yeah, I like how the beginning of the game is going. I do think some of it hinges on getting the farm sooner, though. And maybe harvesting these crops on the trees should give it to the garbage slime instead of giving you money. Oh, these are disappearing. Should probably get the warehouse. Not that the warehouse is going to help too much. Because we also need... Yeah, we just need more customers, really. We can't afford anything right now. Yeah. We're locked waiting for this stuff. Okay, let's make you... we don't have any money. Alright, turn this off. I'll just manually feed that thing. Whenever we have potions, which we do right now. Okay, customer one bought that. That's pretty good. We could try upgrading their movement speed. It's only 20% faster. So it'd be like having 3.6 customers in town almost. It's probably not good. I'll do it. Let's see how it goes. I think it might have helped. How much does the next one cost? 150? We're not doing that. Oh, we can upgrade our character again. This seemed wrong. It felt like they should have gone to the item immediately and didn't. I probably need to investigate that. Observations. I don't think customers that desire items are moving to them as soon as they're placed. I have not heard of that, Leap Year Girl. Alright, now we should probably get the tavern. Oh, we have a decent amount of money. Let's get another customer. Alright, let's just keep going down this route. It seems like this route's working pretty well. And I didn't see how long the battles are taking, but I imagine they're pretty quick right now. We're gonna need... Yeah, let's get the tavern. Less work for me to do. 10.5 seconds. Interesting. Buy them all. So we have a lot of customers right now, and they're moving decently fast. I'm actually gonna... I want to see what happens if I upgrade their speed again. I don't think I'm really blocked on customers any longer. Yeah, I don't think I am. Although I still kind of want to see what happens when I do that. It'll go from 20% to 45%. Not too shabby. We're 4 carrots away from upgrading that thing again. Making suboptimal decisions over here. Yeah. I'll make my suboptimal decisions. Come on, carrots. I think clicking these to make them grow faster would be pretty nice. Could be something we don't even advertise in the game. So like, this character should have turned around and... Well, they did turn around pretty quickly. But they're not going to get the item. Oh, yeah, they will. Nice. 5 gold tip. All right, let's make customers move even faster. Which is an upgrade I rarely get at first. Wow, 8-second battles. Too shabby. I have like no items now. Customers are too fast. Pretty good. Oh, wait. No, that should go over here. So we can upgrade another adventurer. Upgrade the mage. Battle should go even faster now. Oh, I guess that time we saw like a 7-second battle was just from the mage getting lucky with mental swiftness. I wonder if 2 weeks from now I'm going to feel super busy making a bunch of changes. All right, so here's our next worker. Cool. We got him. Let's upgrade this next and start prioritizing the slime a bit. Because, yeah, this is going pretty well. Pretty well indeed. Next item we feed to the slime is guaranteed to crit, so we take the most expensive one. 17G. It's a little dev tip for you. After you upgrade the ability to crit, you're guaranteed to get the first one as a crit. All right, so the next quest takes yellow potions and boots. We can't get boots yet. But the next thing we need to upgrade is going to be the farm. In fact, I'm going to just turn this off for now. Yeah, we need customers to start buying stuff. Nice. We almost have enough money for it. And now we do. So now when we put potions in this thing, we can get peppers. So let me think about this. What am I feeling as a player right now? I probably want the next adventure a little sooner than we actually give it to you. I think 150 gold does feel like a lot. Then again, if I hadn't gotten the customer perks, I guess I would have had this already. And it's not that far away. Like we're at 70 gold and it is 240. So if I, like how long does it take me to get to the next gold tier basically? If I turn this off, I'll get a lot more gold. Oh, and we can level up the archer now. Nice. Yeah, we are almost there, and it's been like 1 minute. And now we're there. Cool. Yeah, this doesn't take very long. So now I have the witch doctor. We can send them into battle. This can be turned back on. So they should win this even faster now. 9 seconds? Not really faster. I guess I should upgrade the witch doctor. That should help the next battle a decent amount. Probably not a ton though. Witch doctor's not really for damage. That was 8 seconds. What's the next one going to be at? Also, now's a good time to get this quest done. 7.5 seconds. I think making battles go slightly faster would be interesting. I wonder how we would do that. Because one way is to level them up. That's already built into the game. Put these over here. I'll finish off the yellow potions part of this quest and we'll go to the next area. 9G. Nice. Yeah, nice. All right, you want a blue potion? We got you. Wait, whoa, they're going over here. They should probably prioritize quest items over the extractor. Huh. Well, anyway, they completed that. All right, so let's bring them to the next place. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Actually, making the workers move faster would probably help out a lot now. As would increasing the amount I get from loot. Yeah. Okay, so now I get a whole lot of money, right? Yeah, 16 gold. I do like the progression. I think it's working well. And I am helping things along. I'm still doing something. I'm not just standing here. And I haven't encountered any like bugs or breaking issues other than whatever I wrote down. What did I write down? Oh, customers might not be going after items super fast. It's not a big deal. All right, selling these potions of the slime is actually what's best. 91 gold. Are there any town perks that would be really good for me right now? If I saved up directly for item stacking. I just didn't even level up my adventures anymore. Let's just do that there. And then just put all my money toward this. Yeah, see how that goes. Hey Lloyd, how you doing? We're doing some play testing of Skeleseller. I want to see how it feels because I made a lot of changes and I haven't play tested it a lot for the amount of changes I feel we've made recently. I do like how the new skill stuff is working, although it feels like I have less of a choice here. I guess it's not until you hit level 4 that you finally get an actual choice between your skills. In fact, maybe there shouldn't be synergy between your first 2 skills so that you feel like you might want to move to the other skill. Then again, that doesn't really matter, I guess. If we could beat the dragon now, we wouldn't even have to save up. Well, I guess we kind of sort of would, but let's try this. Let's see. Do they win at this level? I got my other worker. They'll probably win if I just do this battle enough. I think they can win at level 3. Probably relies on the archer being the one to die first, though. It looks like the rogue is going to be the one to die first. Yep. As long as the mage doesn't die next. No, they won. Yeah. Cool. And I got a very hefty gold amount from that. So let's send them over to here where they will almost certainly lose. And I have no items right now. I just sold the one that I had. I don't think they can win this fight. I'd probably have to get very lucky with dodging, with mental swiftness, with zombies taking hits for me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose. Well, let's watch it play out. Oh, the mage is about to die. They're probably not going to make it. Okay, there goes the mage. But no, they did happen to win. Nice. I just need to take whatever weapons we find and take them out of here. Wow, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. Did we get a potion? Yeah. All right, they don't even have a weapon shop to bring this to. I don't want to build this yet, though. Oh, nice. They put them down. So I can just sell them like that. Yeah, the reason I didn't want to build the shop is because I want to get 500 gold and get item stacking immediately. Come on. Money. There. Cool. All right. Got item stacking. Wow. I'm trying a very different upgrade order. I think the characters, yeah, they lost. Let's we can try that battle again. They probably won't do very well. And these are all going to eventually finish. I don't even have anything to click anymore. So yeah, I think there probably should be some like random little clicker thingy you can do. I don't want it to feel like a clicker game though. I want it to be for the people who are just super impatient. I guess it's things like harvesting these crops. Or the things on the trees. Apples in this case. I think they just got very lucky that first time. Hey, that's you. Do you code and create the graphic design? What tools? I'm a beginner. I don't do the graphics. But I did a lot of the code. I did the music. I came up with a lot of the game design. As far as what tools, by the way, for at least the coding side of things, There are some more. Oh, I guess those are the same command. Yeah, there are some more details about that. Okay, I lost. I'll let them try one more time, but they're probably gonna lose. In fact, let's speed this up a bit since I can cheat, and that way we don't have to wait. But if they lose, I'm definitely exiting this area. I'm probably exiting it no matter what. Are they gonna win? No. Oh man, just barely did not win though. All right, let's put them back over to here where they will definitely win. Hey, keyboard. Add a pet you can take care of. Also, hi. Yeah, howdy. Taking care of a pet. I wonder what that would look like. What if you fed the pet armor items? I don't know. I'll write this down. I think we should consider something like this. I like the idea of some sort of like monster ranching in the game. And you feed it weapons or armors or I don't know what. I don't know what it would do either. We're decoding the graphics. Where do you get the graphics and animations from? Oh, I linked you the credits. If you take a look at the document, like four lines of chat up, you'll be able to see. Add a pet. Let me give them a hat. Also, pet must be a snake. I know it would be kind of cool to have a snake you're feeding, but there had to be some reason you're feeding it. Right now, I'm blocked on items, so I guess feeding it anything would. No. Give me those armors. What are you doing? What are you doing? Give me. I want those. Yes. That's 17 gold you had there. Everyone wants yellow potions. I'm not even getting those right now. And a red potion. If it requires items, then it may not help in the early to mid game. All right, did we get our red potion? Yeah, we did. All right, so let's put this over here. That customer's gunning it for the red potions. Watch this though. If I take this out of here, then they're only gonna be able to get the other one, which they tip 16 gold for. I'm a genius. I'm an item selling genius. All right, let's get the enchanter. And let's click loot magnet and get lots of loot because we need tons of yellow potions for sale. We should probably also get the fishing pond. I don't know why I didn't get that. It doesn't really cost any money. 26 gold tip. Man, this is going swimmingly. I need to upgrade the farm a little bit more. And probably get another adventurer. Everyone wants yellow potions, but you can actually run over there and get them. Like I shot everything in a thick cloud upon building something. Yeah. It's supposed to be smoke, although it doesn't really make sense because they kind of just magically appear. All right, let's go back to this so we can get big life potions. Oh, also, I almost have enough to level up another adventurer. Yeah, I think getting a level 4 is very exciting. I wonder if we should make the cost to get there a little bit cheaper. Like maybe leveling up adventurers to level 3 takes too long. That is a potential observation we should write down. Maybe the sludge cost to get to level 3 should be slightly lower. Level 4 is the exciting level anyway. Hey, Hepta. Alright, no one wants this. So let's sell that. Oh, wait, no, someone did want that. Oh, well. We'll get another one. There. Can your adventurers have random encounters that are not fights? The only other thing that your adventurers can do is fish. And, well, they can help in town as well. Like finding someone out of the party? No. So adding someone to the party, you do yourself by hiring them. So, like, I could hire, let's say, the warrior. And then if I get this perk right here, it says makes your adventurers transport and stock items just like you. So now I need some money. Let's do that. And then once I have enough for that, once this person buys that item. Okay, so now we can afford this. And now my warrior, who's just running around aimlessly, once there's something for them to do, they will go do it. We just need more items. Not enough mana for that. Yeah, so now my warrior is also going to move stuff around. Yep. And then the other thing that they could do is fish, which I'll show you in just a sec. Let's level up this character. That's actually not as good. I still don't have the mana. All right, let's dump this. Okay, so we can send them into a fishing battle. It's going to take our fish out of our pond. And then whenever we beat one, it'll feed it to the chef slime, which will give us more wisdom sludge. Hooray. Okay, can they win in this battle now? I feel like they probably can. Implement dance emotes? No, I don't think that's going to happen. They should be able to win this fight by virtue of just the rogue being more powerful and doing like 50% more damage. Wait, how is that at 6? Oh, that was right. Always at 600. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, what's my stupid warrior doing? Let's level them up once. I don't want to level them up again. And they don't even need this. And now let's throw them into the fishing pond. I'll just leave them at the bottom right of the screen. I want a quick way to start a fishing battle. It shouldn't be that hard to do either. They're going to take forever to kill that fish. Just throw them there. Bottom of the screen. Try not to totally block it. Oh, I never even built a weapon shop. Let's go do that. And yet, the best way is still to just give the slime all of my items. We should probably fully level this up. Yeah. Alright, interesting. Yeah, getting item stacking was pretty good. Would you like to make that pond window smaller? Yes, I would. Did a character die? Oh, nice. I won. Doesn't matter. Who cares who died? Death is expected in this game. Let's put this up here. We can almost afford this. But if we upgrade our mana... Are there only 2 upgrades? There are 4. Then we can definitely afford it. And we'll get mana faster. Because I need items. Oh, I have enough to level up in another adventure. Let's do that. In fact, I kind of want to try just those points. Oh, you know, those. Yes, money. Alright, let's also upgrade this a little bit. How much would that help? Maybe not as much as the farm. Maybe not as much as that. Who actually has items? You do. Yeah, nice. Okay, so now we have the max crit amount for this. It's 45%. Gives us a ton of extra money. Can you explain the aim of the game really quick? Yeah, so you were an adventurer, and you were out fighting in the forest when you got poisoned and died, and then became a skeleton. And you hire adventurers to do battle, like you see on the right side over here, and they'll find items. So you can then choose to sell those items, give them to the slime over here. There are customers walking all over who want some stuff. And then you use the money to upgrade your town. So like we have a farm that is 3x3 right now. We could eventually upgrade it to get a little bigger, to have better crops. We have a fishing pond here where my warrior is doing battle. We have a tavern where we can get some quests, but I don't want to spend the money yet. We can upgrade some perks over here too. And if this game looks interesting to anyone, please do consider wishlisting it on Steam. It is free for you to do so. Next Fest is in 2 weeks. The more people who know about the game, the better. 82 gold. Ridiculous. Alright, we should upgrade this again. Nice. The warrior is not really able to keep up, but I don't want to upgrade them. Maybe we should get another adventurer, but they're not really damage adventurers that I have. Looks interesting. Thanks, Max. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm concerned about speeding up the game too much. Like, I have to remember that I already know everything that's going to happen and everything that's going on and kind of how to prioritize things. Right now, I do feel like there isn't too much I can do to speed things up. I could probably go to the next area, though. Yeah, I should try that. All right, let's upgrade one more time. And get this. And then send them to the next location. Because they're winning here. Not enough mana, but just barely not enough mana. No. All right, let's go to the next location. Yeah, I definitely want there to be more loot dropping. Now, I have item stacking on, which is part of the reason it doesn't feel like there's a lot of loot dropping. In fact, maybe item stacking is an upgrade to the warehouse that like resets your shelving or something. I don't know what. Are they gonna win this fight? Let them grab all those peppers. They are maybe going to win. Yeah, they barely did. Nice. All right, well, we can get rid of these canes. 113 gold, pretty good. Get rid of those two. 95 gold, pretty good. We don't have enough to level up another adventurer. We need 12 more sludge. We're gonna get it though. In fact, let's make the farm go faster. These pimentos, you might say. All right, level up. And actually, no, let's get that. Get the archer attack faster. They're about to lose this fight. In fact, let's not even let them lose. Yeah, now we're not getting anything. No. I believe yes. Yeah, maybe just not making the battles take as long. I wanted you to feel upgrades, and the easiest way to make you feel the upgrades is to have battles last a shorter amount of time. But it is kind of annoying when you run a battle for 40 seconds and they all die, and you need to run another battle for 30 seconds. So it feels like you're going 2 minutes without items. Although there they won. And now the warrior's going to have something to fight again. Yeah, I still kind of see that as a problem. I still think there's an overall problem with item stacking and the item acquisition rate. I prioritize stacking and I feel like there's nothing in my town anymore. I get like 3 stacks of items and then nothing for like 40 seconds. They just lost this battle. All right, we should just go back to the last place. Alternatively, we could start 2 battles. Let's try that. Let's send 1 set of adventurers there, and let's send another set over there. Now we'll have too many items. Yeah, so I want to finish writing this note. We should maybe make battles go faster. At any given stage in the game, maybe the battles should last like 30 seconds at most when they're new. And you whittle them down to 15 seconds, something like that. Oh yeah, now we're getting a ton of stuff. We can't even harvest all this with just this. I don't want to do anything about that yet though. Gotta go. Take care, keyboard. Yeah, thanks for wish listing it. Sleep well eventually, thank you. Yeah, it's like 3 p.m. for me right now. But if you're going to sleep, I hope you sleep well. It sounded like a threat. I did not mention any fishes. Alright, so we got all these leveled up. The next level would be 200 sludge, which we do not have. And we can kind of work toward getting that. Best way is probably through something like this or this. And we almost have enough money for that too. Okay. Anyway, yeah, game's working well. I think the pacing, there's still some that we can address here. I think just making some of the battles faster. Like this one took 8 seconds. This one took 11. It's not bad when every 10 seconds you're getting new items. Yeah, like I said, I think having 40 seconds to get new items is kind of stressful. Almost makes me wonder, to unlock new locations, should you have to do quests? And that way you'd have to do the battles that you can definitely do fast enough. Why'd that say +1 sludge? What? Hold on, what just happened there? Wait a second. What did just happen there? Because that does not seem correct. Yeah, it does say +1. What was fed to them to make it say 1? It was a carrot. Yeah, what? Hold on, that's not right. F slime, crit. Plus delta sludge. Plus delta sludge. Okay, all those are fine. Is there something wrong here? Delta, delta, delta. That's all fine. Delta. It did crit delta equals this. Times 1 times multiplier. Oh my god, that's supposed to say 1 plus multiplier. Oh my god. It's so bad. I've broken this so many times. It's key. Oh no. Oh, that's so bad. Oh man. Okay, wait. So what does this change things to then? So this is 40, 80. So it's 0.4, 0.8, and 1.2. I could have sworn I had fixed this bug a long time ago. The name is multiplier, yes. Oh, man. Why? I fixed this. What file did I fix it in? Ceph slime. It must have been in this. Let me look at the history. Fixed bug was spicy cooking. It wasn't adding 1 to the multiplier, so the perk was actually bad. Wait. Oh my god. I'm an idiot. Look at this diff. I changed it from delta times multiplier to delta times 1 times multiplier. I don't know how I made this mistake and didn't test it. Yeah, better to catch it now. Yeah, but how did I not notice this, and how did I mess up like a 2-character change? Oh man, that's embarrassing. Well, let's make sure we didn't mess it up this time and actually like save and test it. Oh, how embarrassing. So, well, I don't know what the chance to crit was, but what it pretty much meant was like 15% of the time you would lose 60% of the value. So it was like a negative crit. Was this a Friday? Sounds like a Friday. April 24th. April 24th, 2025. It's a Thursday. What? Doesn't make any sense. At 9 a.m. Huh. Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, so now let's see. Every time they bring a carrot here, they have some chance, I don't know what the chance is, to crit. So far, they have not. There has still been no critting happening. They just harvested the whole farm. What in the world? What happened there? There's a 10% chance. I thought it was higher than that. Okay, go find some more stuff. Okay, I want to see if I fixed it. We could upgrade it again. I don't have money for that. But now we do. Okay, so now it's a 20% chance for 80% of a crit, which means that it'll be 1.8 times the value. So a carrot, instead of being 2, is going to be 3.6, which should round up to 4. And a pepper is going to, I don't know, I'm not even going to figure it out. I don't care. I'm not doing simple multiplication at this point. We're just going to click stuff and watch crops get eaten. It should be 6, by the way. Yeah, so +4 sludge, spicy. Perfect. Perfect. And the peppers should go for 6, although it's going to be a lot of peppers before we see that happen. Forgot about carrots. Show me the peppers. Show me another pepper. Come on. It's a 1/5 chance. None of these even close to ready. Crit? No. Crit? No. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, chat. There we go. +6. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, so that is a very important thing to have fixed. And it also seems as though doing things this way, other than that we have a little bottleneck up here, is a decent way of getting items. Oh, once you get item stacking, the warehouse becomes much more important, because otherwise you get these loose items on the ground. That's another problem. Once you have item stacking, the warehouse becomes even more important, because otherwise loose items go to the ground. So they're more likely to be single items and clog your workers. Yeah, look at how many armor things we have up there. I guess we should just get more customers at this point. Or even do this. Just stop them from battling. Send them over there. Yeah. We need 8 more gold. There we go. I want them to get these next. Go, my little skeletons. Harvest the crops. Good job, skeletons. If we just stop them from battling, they'll go harvest them. Nice. Pretty cool. It's kind of mesmerizing watching them do this. Everything's working so well. Well, now we're rolling in sludge over here. Regular hippopotamus. Yeah, I think we got some good notes on this. And I think the chef slime change I just did is very, very important. And I'll reference this commit. Big spicy cooking was stupid and only added a multiplicative identity. But this time, I actually put a plus sign in there. Clap. Pat myself on the back. Yes, please. Okay, yeah, like I said, things are looking pretty good. I do think there are some issues with the pacing, and I think we can fix some of those. I think the other one is the farm. The farm on its own costs quite a lot. So lowering the sludge cost in the beginning of the game is probably best. All in all, pretty good. All right. I think I'm gonna do a little bit more triage. Yeah, we're like just barely hitting the 6 hour mark right now. I'll do a tiny bit more triage, but then I'm probably gonna call it pretty soon. So pet, do we already have that written down somewhere? I probably have it. I don't have it. Write it for building ideas. Could hire a rancher and feed pets or like raise pets. They could maybe eat armor and weapons, armors and weapons, or just require petting every once in a while. Maybe, yeah, I'm not sure what they would do. Maybe it would be to hatch eggs or produce eggs that are worth a lot of food when cooked. Maybe, oh my god. Okay, this is probably bad. What if you spend a lot of time raising the pets and then you cook the pets? You just drag them right into the chef's slime, and they're worth like 2,000 wisdom sludge. Stupid. Boost down morale. Probably lower the morale if they got cooked. All right, what else? Didn't feel the customer desire system was changing things for customers. Shouldn't wander into the storeroom. Wants more bosses. That'll eventually happen. Skeletons should wait around in shops with items that they're holding. Just go feed the garbage time when this happens. I still think that's probably what should take place. In fact, I don't even know if there should be any waiting time. I think we have this written down. Clog. Somewhere in there. Could have advertisements. Perk for the garbage slime when they wait for X seconds. Yeah, I'll write this down here. We don't even need to make them wait. Well, I'll just say X could even be pretty small, or it could be configurable in the game somehow by the player, I should say. Okay. Show available heroes for hire before paying the money. Yeah. Let's see. Do I have any like super old feedback on here that we can go through? Because that's probably very easy to get out of this list. Yeah, feedback from February. Could show you buffs for your adventures when you hover over them in battle. We must have something like this written down now, right? Buffs. Yeah. Cool. Adventurers and workers should maybe idle occasionally when there's no work to be done. Yeah, I like that idea. Why haven't we done this? Is the game going to have any Easter eggs? There are a couple so far. Yeah, there are a couple so far. And we might add another one in at some point. Something to do with the Skeleseller wrap. Yeah, I like this idea. Items needed list when accepting a quest should probably show icons. Yeah, these are both pretty reasonable. When you have a battle window from a battle that has already run at least once, there's a repeat battle button and auto battle. Enabling the checkbox will act as though you clicked repeat battle, should it? Yeah, I think so. Looking at whether we should be disposing of objects differently. File a task update end of the year of the copyright on the Windows export for Skeleseller. File bug on Godot. I'm probably not going to do this stuff. Man, I probably should though. Something with clicking NPCs. Suggested a bank for investments is another way to get money. Yeah. I don't know about this. I'm going to delete that. When I upgrade the portal, will it look different in the future? Different border, more particles. Probably not going to do that. Alt enter to enter full screen. Do we have an issue for this? Problem toggling window modes. I'll just file this. Allow alt plus enter to enter full screen. This is at least what players would expect on Windows. Which Glues is on, or was on at least. Add threading to voice commands. Yeah, this is like non-Skeleseller stuff. Probably put this all in one spot. Non-Skeleseller stuff. File this elsewhere, question mark. Same thing with this and this and this. F11. Yeah, probably add that too. I don't know why the kappa. I think some people probably would expect that. Work for 119. What? Use blank battle space better. Make a constant out of the -1 I use for the instance slot. It should actually be an enumeration. What? For which one's free? I mean, we probably do use this all over the place. Although it's hard to find when you search for like that. Search for CS. All those can go away. Infinite cooldown. It's none of these. Yeah, so this, for example. Yeah, that's probably still fine. Make a static function out of positioning the tooltip at the mouse. We've already done that. I'll read through these things later. Switching the window mode to want a shortcut. Alt enter is something that I do try occasionally, but I wonder if I try it because I accidentally pressed it in the first place. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes a game starts in full screen, and rather than look for the option for it, I just press alt enter. But yeah, I'm not positive, and I you know, it's honestly, it's probably not worth doing. I think you've convinced me. Hey, Sarah, welcome back. It may not be worth having a shortcut for this. Maybe wait and see if other people ask for it. It's not hard to do. It's pretty easy to just activate a functionality you already have when you press a shortcut, but yeah, maybe people don't want that to happen. I already have this written down in a bunch of places. All right. Skill points is Skele points. Deleting that. What is this stuff? July of 2024. File a task how we consolidate the two public virtual string get tooltips. Grant most things should give you Skele points. Make the help label in the Skele tree. Look at show and update tooltip in the skill trees and see if we can consolidate things. I probably should look at these, but even then, is it worth it? Like, if I'm not touching this code ever again, should I even see if we can consolidate this? Let's say I do this and it takes 5 minutes. Is that 5 minutes well spent? I'm just gonna delete it. Yeah, I don't think this stuff matters. Probably same thing with this. Someone could give me feedback about the stream and just discover the streamer. What are you asking, Diego? Also, welcome. You want to know what we're doing here? Because I'm happy to tell you about what's going on. Now, right now, I'm just looking through a bunch of issues I've been writing over the last year. Finally deleting some of them. In fact, I should write this down. I think we need to do triage every single day this week. Spend at least an hour doing triage. Probably be much more liberal about dumping the refactoring tasks. So what if the code could be slightly cleaner? It doesn't matter right now. What can I learn here? I think the general things that people have talked about are, I guess, the technical side of things. So like, how do you tackle a project? How do you code something? How do you design a feature? And then some of the like the soft skills, I guess. A lot of organizational stuff. Maybe some amount of communicating. Yeah, that sort of thing. But yeah, making a game in C# and Godot. So it's a lot of game development you'll see on the stream. It's almost entirely in C# that I'm going to be coding in. And it's a relatively mature project. Been making Skeleseller for a year and like a month. A year and 2 months, something like that. 13 or 14 months. And yeah, 2 weeks until another kind of big launch. It's not going to represent any major new feature changes, I guess. But it will be seen by more people. If the press stuff starts next week, then that means I might start getting some emails or something about Skeleseller. Also, something I never looked at, would the trailer benefit from having the new item graphics? They showed briefly in that first thing. Yeah, they would show here. Yeah. I know there's just that item desire thing up there, but that's not really important. Yeah, so I guess it's really only like a 3-second clip. I could probably just re-record that part and publish a new trailer. Oh, and then this too. Oh, I don't want to do that stuff. Any reason why you're not using Windows to do all this? I've got a little command for it there. It was pretty much like I wanted a new computer and I was interested in very quiet hardware. And at the time, Windows didn't have like a great ARM offering. Searching for a good streamer to learn while I'm working. English is my first language. No, it's totally fine. Yeah. I think I try to be open to questions and everything. And it sounds like you're conscientious, so you probably wouldn't be asking like 400 questions per stream. So yeah, feel free to ask anything you have a question about. I am happy to clarify things. I probably have commands or blog posts or something about it. Do you want to hide the minimize button for the demo just so people don't expect it? I'm not sure about that. Although we do have 2 weeks before Next Fest. So if you're saying like you've been working on the PR, I don't I sound really presumptuous by saying this. I don't think it's going to take you 2 weeks. So I don't think we even have to answer that question. But I also don't know exactly what functionality we want out of the PR because we talked about like at least 3 options for exposing those plus and minus buttons. One of them being to not expose them at all and just have a resize grabber. Probably shouldn't. I mean, we're like hiding it today, so it's already gone. No, I don't think that matters. There aren't that many people who've been playing the game. I showed the sales and activation report earlier. It hasn't moved since then, I think. Yeah, we're at 1272 still. So like since in the last 5 hours, there have been 0 new demo players. That's not a problem. I just think that's why it's not really important for us to do anything about this. Yeah. Is it done before the demo? You joke, Ski, but what if I put you in charge of firing Kevin? Okay, this is too negative. Back to positive Skeleseller things. Isn't that right, Abby? Wanna come over? Oh, I was probably doing this. This is not me snapping when I call a cat over. I'm just making a hand motion to intrigue the cat, to lure her over here, so that I can pet the cat. So, hi. You like pets? Want to pet some more? Every once in a while, if you pet her while she's facing you, she gets bitey for some reason. Yeah, see? It's getting nippy there. But why? If I pet her from behind, she's fine. Some sound in your mouth. Did seem like you snapped. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I generally snap at her. Why does she want to lick my hand this much? Pet, pet. Hey, Goose. Was that you typing that, cat? Placed Zaz. Okay. Okay, cat. Yes, that's enough now. By the way, we're basically done coding. That's why I'm letting the cat just lick my hand right now. I'll show chat on my screen, so it's not like nothing's happening. Big yawn. Yeah, I am really, really excited for 2 weeks from now. I mentioned this before, but I think another big part of this is I have been working on this game now for like 13 months, and we've had a bunch of different little launches that have happened, but we've never had like a massive amount of eyes on the game. And I still don't know what to expect exactly. But the last time we got close to that was Idler Fest, where we were in like a tiny portion of it, and then a bunch of new people played the game and gave feedback. That was February, and the game just was so different in February. In fact, I don't totally remember what was in that version of the game. I don't know if we had the farm in that game or not. But yeah, it's come a long way since then. All right, let's go find someone to raid. Mute site. Oh, I should raid Sphere for you. He's been raiding me. He's probably about to end soon. Let's see. Didn't I raid this person? Or didn't I say I wanted to raid this person? Maybe I've only seen them in other people's chats. Anyone that I'm not following with a low uptime? Man, everyone's got a high uptime right now. 24 hours. I have definitely raided this person. I recognize that avatar. Wow. It's practically happened. I have practically raided everybody who's on at this time slot. We can raid this person. I don't think I've ever seen them before. Yeah, let's do that. What are they doing? Indie game developer. We're in a game called Finding Friend. Okay, cool. Now let's go raid them. Well, thank you all for watching. If you'd like to join Discord, if you'd like to wishlist the game, if you'd like to do practically anything else, you can probably find some commands for it in here. I'll be back on Wednesday. I may stream tomorrow, but probably not. So yeah, count on me being here on Wednesday, I think, and it'll probably be more of the same. So thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.